back home again and had an amazing journey. Did a lot of earthwork, grid work, a lot of work for the twin flames. And for me, it was really, really amazing. It was, and you know, I felt the collective shift in everything I did. I felt the collective energy shift. So it was, yeah, for me, an amazing time. A lot of stuff that needed to clear out, and that was changing. So, yeah, let's see what's going on in the Divine Masculine's mind space. And before I go there, at this moment, there are a lot of planets in alignment. Jupiter, no, we start with Mercury, Venus, the Moon, Jupiter, Saturnus, Mars, and they will all be lined up. Uranus is also there in the alignment. And it didn't happen for 158 years. So if you are wanting to know what's going on, you know, and you're shifting in and out, and all the energies are very hard to keep up with, or you're just going in flow, you know, then you know that there is a huge clearing going on at the moment. And I'm so happy that I did the work before those planets. So your personal, but also the collective energy will shift with that. So let's see what's going on in the Divine Masculine's mind space at the moment. A lot of people got sick, and they say again it's corona. No, it's just a flu, or it's just a cold. Don't call it a name before you know what it really is. Hello, hi Magdalena, how are you? And I see another one, but it's upside down. So, wow. In the mind space, darkness, shadow, and the shadow is coming up. That's probably what's going on for the Divine Masculine. It could be that there are cords that needed to be cut. You know, the energy of lust, sexuality, addictions, alcohol, drugs, or too much of a codependency on drugs, or codependency of alcohol, that is influencing the Divine Masculine, you know, to get in that darker space. So he needs to stay away from that. He needs to stay away from everything that is giving him these dark, gloomy energies. And it's just, if you look at the planets, right, then you see that Saturnus is going retrograde. So it could mean that, you know, that shadow is coming up, you know, to be dissolved, to get rid of it, to, you know, to get rid of your addictions, to get rid of, you know, the things that are triggering you, and work with that energy. So what is in his heart space? Oh, wow. Third party, or filling up, no, I hear filling up his cup. There's no third party here. Filling up his cup. He needs to rejuvenate. He needs to, you know, get the light in, drink more water. I hear drink more water, get more in alignment with yourself, you know, filling up your own cup. and it has to do with this energy of you know, I'm a bit of a, I have a bit of a cold from last week, but that's more because the energies didn't want me to do my work, so they throw everything on your path, you know, to withhold you. And I was just, I was just sick, and I was climbing a mountain. I was like, I have to do this job. I have to do my work. Otherwise, you know, the darkness will win. And that's not what we do. We're not giving in that easily, right? So in the heart space is that is filling up your cup, filling up your abundance, filling up your energy, taking time for yourself. And that's what he needs, what he feels in his heart space, you know. And that's probably because he gets tired, he's working too hard, you know. This is yeah, getting in that dark space, you know. And but he can turn it around to go to his heart space. He can totally turn it around to go to his heart space and fill up his cup, meditate, get in this energy of prosperity, filling up what he needs to be filled up. It's what I feel. It's a very difficult time for the masculine at the moment. Could be that more things from the past are coming up to be triggered, and those triggers are there to, you know, to resolve, to let go of. So let's see how he sees the divine feminine as the star and as balance. She's in balance. She is in that giving energy, overflowing, shining her light, bringing everything to the surface, and be in that balanced space between the masculine and the feminine within. And yes, he is watching this, and he sees this balance, and he says, Jesus, how are you doing this? You know, everything is going on, and you stay just in that balanced space. And that is because the divine feminine already did so much work, and the masculine energy is just starting. You know, they're behind the divine feminine with the work. So yeah. And I say, no, not all divine masculine, but a lot of the masculines, the energy needs to shift. They need, and some need help with it, you know. Some need assistance with it, into a therapy class, or, you know, or go to counseling, or, you know, just to give them this little push to push forward, and focus, get their focus different. But it's not only about the focus. You can focus on something else, but if still those emotions are there and you're not clearing it out, you will have it exactly the same in 27 years later. So when Saturn goes return again. So we don't want that. So we are trying to, you know, to get it out of your system. That's why the divine feminine comes more and more in balance with herself, because she is working through those emotions. She is going deep with those emotions. Okay? And that's how she can stay, you know, when she resolve these inner child or divine masculine feminine emotions within herself, then she comes back in balance again, and it goes quicker. The more you do, the quicker you are back in your balance. You know, it doesn't have to take months or weeks anymore. You can shift it like this. Could take a week, could take a day. Depends where you are with your process in your transformation. So what is his challenge and what is his block? Wow, spirituality. Spirituality is his block, is his, you know, going back within. That is his challenge, is his block. It could be that he is just focused on the work, that he's focused on other things, that there is no time for him, that he doesn't make time for himself, that he doesn't make time for his own priorities. And that is giving him the blocks, you know. Because when you go in meditation and you do your exercises, then you are not able to go in that dark space, you know. You're getting the light in, you're charging your battery. And what I hear is he has the key. He has the key to it all. He has all the tools. But yeah, it's the outside world. It's the other energies that don't want him to go into that space, because then they lose control. And when they lose control, you know, there's drama. You know, there's always drama around him. Always problem solving. Always solving this, solving that. And it's not even for himself. It's all for other people. That's interesting. Yeah. So, let's see. What is he going to do about it? He will meditate. He goes in nature, he will meditate, he will sleep more. And that's it. That's what he needs to take rest. He needs to take rest. Because he's going on and on and on and on and disregarding everything, you know. And it's time, you know, to maybe with the moon cycles, yeah, using the moon cycles to go within, using the moon cycles to withdraw and meditate. And, you know, for dark moon, with dark moon, honor your feminine side during the dark moon, you know, and take time and space for yourself to rejuvenate in that time. That everything comes up during that time, during the emotions. You just can, you know, balancing it out and you know, withdraw and come back in balance. It's even hard for feminine who work, you know, and who have their moon period or their moon. It's already hard for them to get 3 days off to retreat and honor that space. We are not, really not in that space that our bosses say, you know, yeah, really bosses say, you know, yeah, I give you 3 days off because you have your period. That's why women are so often sick of work because they can't carry that both, you know. So that's what's happening. So if the divine masculine would honor those days, and if he's just working, do it in the evenings. But what I hear in the evenings, he's too tired, and he get another workload with him, and he's too tired to, you know, to meditate, because when he starts meditating, he falls asleep. So he needs to find another way for himself to rejuvenate and to get that energy towards him. And it could be that it is, you know, going into nature, going into the forest, you know, going to the ancestors, because they have a lot to say to them. They have a lot to say to them. That's for sure. So, yeah. You know, it doesn't matter which ancestral lineage you're coming from, you know, if you're coming from the Celtic, if you're coming from the Norse or the Vikings, or, you know, or the Incas, or whatever, you know, wherever your ancestors are, you know, or go and consult your ancestors and ask them to help you with this process. Because, you know, darkness is always waiting for your weak point, right? They're always waiting. They never sleep. They never sleep. Oh, why is that coming through? I don't know. So there's something with people doing black magic, mirror spells. They mirror your energy. They mirror your spell, your work. So the only thing you can do about it, they don't exist. They don't exist. They don't give it attention. Don't give it Okay, if you're affected by black magic, you know, send me a private message, because I can help you to return that. You can return it, but you can also say it doesn't exist. And the only thing what I noticed during black magic is that I expand my energy so wide. You know, most of the time I have my energy field like this. You know, it's a thick protection shield for me. But when I'm under attack of black magic, I push it all out. And what happens? The darkness can't handle the light, so they will disappear. They will disappear. And it is a time, you know, what's going on in this world at the moment. It's ridiculous. I'm glad I'm not living in that world anymore, and that I moved myself out of it, because it's no life. You know, it's a chain. You're chained to the dark. You're chained. They rule you. They are controlling you. You have no way to go. You know, you're so stuck. And I have a feeling I'm living in no man's land. You know, in Wonderland, and just by, you know, doing the things that you love, doing the things that you're born for, you know, and that's it. You're born for a bigger thing than what your job is or what you're doing now. So it's really amazing, isn't it? If you see it like that. And it doesn't mean the work you're doing doesn't cost you any energy, but it also gives you energy because you see results afterwards, right? No, not right away, but you see the results afterwards. That things are changing in the universe. That changes, things are changing in the collective. That things are changing within the masculine, you know? Yeah. What is his higher self saying about all of this? You need to start a new beginning for yourself. You're doing the same things over and over and over again and going back to the same things, repeating it, and repeating it. You can't always do the things on your own. Sometimes you need help. Sometimes you need to accept it that you don't have all the answers, you know, and that's what the masculine thinks. Yeah, I have all the answers. I can do it all by myself. No, they can't. You know, they need the support uh, of brothers, of you know, maybe going to a men's group or going there to how to be a divine masculine, how to be in your masculine energy, and what does the feminine need, what does the masculine need. So it's really really important to do this, and what yeah, and then new energies are coming in, you know, strength, like we all have women's circles now. A lot of men are starting to do the circles, you know, and you see it everywhere. Men also need the support from each other, not just as seen as a co-worker or someone that gets all the energy out of you and then go home and eat something, go to bed, and do the next thing tomorrow, the next day. They need in during the weekends. They need to gather together and work with men energy, and not always with the women energy, because they don't know how to work with women. They know what they know to be a man, so they have to learn in other groups, in other circles, how to bring their feminine energy in alignment, and that it isn't anything to be ashamed of, you know. So that's what I hear and what I feel out of these cards. And then there's a whole new uh, a whole new energy coming up, with passion, with fire, with love, with compassion, you know, that really will drive them to a higher frequency. Okay, what is the higher self saying about the divine feminine in union? Oh my God. He is fighting the divine feminine. He is constantly fighting the divine feminine. So there is no balance. So when there is no balance, that's not so weird that the darkness is coming in when there is no balance. You know? When there is absence of light, there will be darkness. you know, and darkness and light must be equal. You can't do without both, you know. You can't do without the darkness and you can't do without the light, but it needs to be just in balance. And that's what he's doing. He's fighting the divine feminine within himself, so also without himself. You know, it's about knowledge. It's about um, everything, almost everything. He's just defending himself because he's afraid, you know, that the darkness is just taking over him. And that's he's fighting, defending himself, you know. Just the little things are too much. And that's really, yeah. Okay. I hear he can't stand that a woman is smarter than himself. That's and you know, they're both equal. They're still, if they still think that, they're still in the old paradigm. They're still in that paradigm of the hierarchy, you know, the patriarchy. They're still there at this moment. As I channel this, at this moment, as I channel this, you know, maybe in three days it can be totally different. But this is what's going on at this moment. So he's fighting the divine feminine, and that's what his higher self is saying. You know, why are you fighting the divine feminine? It's your beloved. Why do you fight her? And that's, he has to go back. He has to dive in as a child, and then you come, of course, you come with the mother issues. And those mother issues, if they're not addressed, if they're not worked on, they will keep fighting the divine feminine. Defending himself. He's afraid that her power will take over, or that she will be stronger. And okay. What is it? What bring them both together? New beginnings. Leap of faith, new beginnings. Take a leap of faith. Take action. Don't think about it. You are already free. If you think that you are bounded, that you're controlled, that you are stuck, that you can't move, that other people have more in their life than you have, then you're getting your own prison. Then you're in that fighting mode. But if you release it and you know, you are already free. You only have to take that leap of faith, that step, you know, that step forward. And even if it's frightened, you know, it's giving you freedom. You know, it's the purity, it's the trust. That's it. It's the trust that everything will be okay. But if you think day in, day out, oh, I have to go again, and okay, I'm going to my work, or oh, I have to go home again, you know, I have to go to my wife again, and I have to take my responsibilities, and I have to do this, and I have to do that, and you don't want to take those responsibilities anymore, then, you know, the darkness got you, because then you're looking outside for something new, and then the whole period will start all over again. So it's all within you. It's all within you. What you think, you know. You don't have to suffer from the outside world. It's not, you are a part of that collective, but you can also, with your behavior, you can change that collective. You can turn it around and say, I'm not going into that. They just put restrictions and change on you. And you see it everywhere. You see it everywhere. And we are aware of it, what's happening. And that's why are so many women, especially, doing the grit work, doing the healing work, making the change. Because if the women will stand up and they will stay in their feminine power, no darkness has a hold on them. Because they won't listen. Because they are the light warriors of this age. They are the light warriors of this time. And they can change a lot. If they are, and that's why they want to separate the masculine and the feminine. That's why they want to separate. Because the feminine have so many more power than the masculine in the shadow side. But they need that light and they need that love to turn it around, And if we still give that wounded masculine energy, if we still give it food, then it's still a trap. It's still a trap. No matter what, it's still a trap. And it's the masculine energy that wants to get you down. Because their own insecurities are playing up. And their own wounds are playing up. And their fears are playing up. And everything is playing up. And I'm like, wow, that's so interesting to see, not to gloat about it, but just to observe and see how it works. That they say, oh yeah, I worked on myself. Well, hell fucking no, otherwise you wouldn't react. And that's the thing about the feminine. She is opening up. And she is in her power, in her true power. And, she is breaking through everything. She's breaking through everything. And that's so amazing to see her, that she is such an alignment with the universe and with the earth. And that she is doing her work for the whole collective and helping and supporting the masculine with it. Because when she is supporting the masculine with it, she is not only supporting her own divine masculine within, but also supporting the whole divine masculine collective, to raise that vibration. And there is a distorted energy going on, and it's the dark energies that wants to come in and keep the control, over us. But the more we do our work on the Magna Carta, reclaiming our freedom, reclaiming our sovereignty, reclaiming our rights, and everything, what is withholding us to reclaim everything. There is a huge thing about the farmers going on at the moment, but what the feminine or what the masculine energies don't understand, that we have fake cheese, we have fake meat, we have all the things that we buy in the stores is all manipulated. if we want to have good food and good meat and good vegetables, go to your farmers. Because if they don't have, if we don't need them anymore, you know, we are poisoned. Our whole body system is poisoned. And if we want to honor the farmers, and if we, because I'm totally against, you know, what they're all saying, and they're getting so much bullshit out of there, and everything is the farmers way of blaming the farmers about everything. You know, it's not that. Look behind it, because it's a totally different play game that's going on. You know, producing of Monsanto, all the big companies again, you know, again, and that's all about the control. And that's the darkness. That's the real darkness. And we can do things about it. And in that, we need the masculine support. We need the masculine to stand up, to say, oh no, you know, the warriors, the fighters, the Vikings, you know, stand up and help us, and provide for the feminine, provide for yourself, provide for your family, for your future children to come, because that's a huge issue. You know, nothing is pure anymore. Everything is poisoned. So let's go back to simple. Let's go back to purity. Let's go back to the earth, and let's support those farmers, because without them we have no food. We are totally codependent on what they want. And your freedom is gone. It's already starting with your work, divine masculine. It's already starting with the food you eat. It's already what they do with your training. You know, everything is a contract. Everything is a contract. You're signing a contract with the darkness, and you're not even aware of it. So I hope that the masculines who are aware of it, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the masculine that needs to wake up. You know, wake up what's going on. You know, and say no to everything what doesn't resonate with your heart. Say no to that. You know, and that's what's going on. I did a huge, beautiful ceremony in the Isle of Skye with the old men of Store, restoring the real masculine energy, the providers, the protectors, the ones that take responsibility for this earth, that take responsibility for their families, for their family lives, for their mothers, brothers, sisters, and not cast them out because they don't want to see within themselves, but blaming someone else for their own behavior because they're too weak to stand up. No, I'm not talking about wake up. I'm not talking about the divine masculine at this moment. I'm talking to the divine, to the distorted masculine. And they're not distorted. They're not distorted. They're just not awake. And if they want to do the work, and they want to have a healthy relationship, what they're yearning for, then, you know, do your work and finish up your own shit and stop blaming other people. Okay? Well, this is it for this week. I don't know, this is a huge channeling that comes through, and I never go on like the Divine Masculine like this because I honor them. I love the Divine Masculine. I love the Divine Masculine within myself. I love the Divine Masculine without myself. Do a lot of work with Divine Masculines. But, you know, they need to see beyond that it's not the feminine or the masculine, that it's a karma clearing that needs to be done, because it happened years and years ago, for so many years, and it just needs to change. It just needs to change. You know, this is just a huge karma clearing. It's not against the masculine, it's not against the feminine. Maybe for the masculine is, I don't know, but it's clearing out the karma. It's more than just you and me and blame and game. You know, then you're fucking not, you know, you're still fucking in that lower vibration. Just wake up. It's not about you and me. It's about the bigger picture. And if you still don't understand it, I will pray for you. I will pray for you, because you will be stuck for the rest of your life if you don't wake up, if you don't see the signs, and if you don't give yourself the priority to take the rest, to rejuvenate yourself, to go within, meditate, and be with the light. Because if you don't give yourself that priority, this will come in. Addiction energy, codependency, codependent on people, codependent on your boss, codependent on the feminine, codependent on sex, codependent on lust, alcohol, drugs, whatever. Buying things just to get your distractions, you know. And this is what's going on in the higher regions of the men and the women, that they think that they're making the right actions for us, but they just making the right laws for themselves. And it has nothing to do with us. Thank you so much, guys. I'm leaving it at this is a very intense one, and I think I like my other readings better, you know. They're more soft, but this is what needed to be said. And I sure know that it has to do with all the planets in alignment, that they really want us at this moment, if we don't fight back, you know, for what we are, for who we are, for our freedom, you know, then it's a losing game. Bless you all, and see you next time. Bye-bye.